Hey there, welcome to another episode of Hanging Out with me in my kitchen space. In today's recipe, let's make some rice with some twist. So you remember that time you attended a wedding and the rice was so good? This is the recipe and we are making some carrot rice, and I like to call this Mchele harusi because basically when you attend a wedding, be sure that you're going to find this particular recipe in there. So with me here I have my 4 ingredients and I have my rice, and this is normal pishori rice bought at about 130 to 150 shillings. So it's not the high-end supermarket rice, and I'm going to show you how you can cook your rice ndivyo iachane moja moja. I also have my cooking oil, I have some salt, and of course I have my carrots. So for the carrots, the more the better, and without further ado, let's get started. So I'll start by grating my carrots, and as you can notice, we have these that are smaller and we have the bigger ones. So I'm going to be using the bigger ones, and this is because when I find ukitumia hii, when you start cooking your carrots zitashikana na zinaweza kuwa kiuji hivi, of which can result to your rice kushikana at the end. So we do not want that. And let's proceed to the other side for cooking. But before then, I'm going to wash my rice. So one tip while cooking your rice, always make sure that you wash your rice. Unless the packaging says this is already pre-washed rice, make sure that you wash your rice. So I'm going to use this colander of mine. I'm going to wash this, then we can start our cooking. So once my sufuria is dry, I'll go in with about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. And for this particular recipe, you do not need any onions, but if at all you feel like using onions, please use the white onions. And once my oil is hot, I'll go in with my carrots, and this is going to help them release some of their natural color because you're not trying to make plain boring white carrot rice. So I'm also going to turn this, and as you can notice, our oil is already turning color, and that's what you want. So we are going to cook this for about a minute, and by now you can see that they are starting to become soft and the oil is very colorful. So that means we're on the right track, and it's at this point that I'll go in with my rice. And this is my to-go method, where I first add in my rice, then I go in with cold water. And I find that this method gives me better results while cooking my rice. And I'm also going to go in with my salt. Then I'm going to blend in, and you can already see our rice is already turning color. So you do not have to take boring rice every day. So you can also try with this, and I'm pretty sure you're going to love. So another tip while cooking your rice is always ensure you measure your rice and your water. So for me, I've used 1 big glass of rice, so I'm going to add 2 glasses of water. And remember, the glass or the cup that you use to measure your rice is the same one that you should use to measure your water. And you can already see the beautiful orange color. So I'll add in my second glass. Then we are going to mix this, and this will ensure that the color is evenly distributed. Then I'm going to cover this, and once it starts boiling, I'm going to uncover just a little bit so that the water does not overflow. And then I'm also going to reduce my fire to low. So at this point, you can see that my water is now below the rice. And it's at this point that we want to cover it fully and turn our heat to low. Then we are going to let the water completely dry. So this is about 5 minutes later, and I'm here to check on my rice. And how to check on your rice, you just insert a fork at the middle, And when you see that it is completely dry, no water, just know that your rice is ready. I'm going to cover this, and this is when the magic happens. Ndivyo mchele yako isishikane, you're just going to switch off the heat and you're going to let this rest while covered for about 5 to 10 minutes. And at first I thought my mchele is going to continue cooking, but it later turned out that after doing a little bit of more investigation, I found out that this is the time that the magic happens and your rice is going to become fluffy. So please try out that, and I'm pretty sure you're going to love this, and I'm pretty sure your rice is going to turn out perfect. Right now inaweza kaa kama imeshikana, but let's see about 5 to 10 minutes how the rice will turn out. So this is about 10 minutes later, and now let's check in. You can agree that this looks beautiful. So I've opened it like that so that the steam can escape, and as you can see, now look at this magic. So something else you should know, while stirring your rice, do not use a mwiko or a spoon because itaendelea kushikana, because utakuwa ni kama unaibonda. So use a fork to flap it up, and you can see the magic. So this is what exactly happens once you let your rice steam for about 5 to 10 minutes. So we are going to serve it, and the beauty about this rice is that you do not need a stew to accompany it. But in the meantime, I'm also cooking my stew, so it's not yet ready. So I'm just going to serve and have a taste test. We can all agree that this already looks yummy, and it's now time to dig in. Wow. So as I promised today, I'll show you how to make mchele isishikane, and you can see hii ni mchele ya kawaida, not rice from the supermarket, but you can see haijashikana at all. It tastes like heaven, exactly like the one you'll find at a wedding somewhere. And you can also see the carrots. So let's continue digging in as we wait for the stew to get ready. So if you do not like rice, or your children do not like rice, please try out this recipe for them. And that's pretty much it for today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye.